I'm gonna blast you up with my 50 clip. The other niggas was like, oh, you a little nigga. I know you used to, you didn't used to be nobody. Now you rich with crack, you was nobody. The other niggas got the 50 clip. And they going to rob niggas. Earl.
Hey, Todd, what's up, baby?
You remember before the world went crazy?
Man, I remember.
1980. They didn't used to be no crack, right?
It didn't. That's what did it. It kicked in like 84.
You remember Freebase? Richard Pryor Freebase?
Man.
Rich folks?
Melly Mel used to speak up on it.
We used to look up to Freebase heads, right?
In real life.
Wow. He spoke in Freebase. He's big.
Man.
I'm just telling them
Man, lace take tennis shoes on the history. I love you, baby.
The genocide,
all the time.
The crack trap, Pimp a Kid. So you got the crack, and then you got the gas. You know what came next, Cody? The laws. The laws that they made up for all the niggas who had the crack and the gas.
They made 85 when the whole world went crazy.
They made the law up. They said if you got the crack and the gas, you fucked. You federal. And it was a trap, man. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is that the niggas from the early days who received crack cocaine to be kingpins in the ghetto was set up in a trap to get caught up in some 40-year conspiracy to distribute drugs and all that shit, all the different laws. You didn't have to get caught with nothing. Some nigga could get caught doing something dirty, and he could say that he got it from you, and he been getting it from you, and then you get 40 years for his testimony. A bunch of bullshit went down. Fucking RICO Act, all that, just bullshit. And it was a setup. So the point that I'm trying to make is that we really had an opportunity to be as Irish Mafia did it, Russian Mafia is doing it, Italian Mafia did it. We could have did it with crack. Crack was the drug they gave us, and we got rich and made millions, but we didn't buy back our community. We just bought cars and jewelry, and before we realized it was a setup. We were all in jail doing 40 years, and we didn't realize that we had an economic stronghold on the ghetto crack money. We could have recycled it. So now you got niggas who survived that shit, niggas who slipped through the cracks, niggas who bought property and might have got caught, but you know, if you do certain things legitimately and you get in trouble illegally, sometimes you get to keep some of the things you acquired. It depends on the court system. The feds or the state, whoever get at you, it depends on how they get at you and what you get to keep. A lot of motherfuckers who own businesses and property, they don't lose everything. So we talking about from the streets, the ghetto streets, to the executive suites. Basically, you have the opportunity to take illegal money and do something right with it and stop selling drugs, because you know eventually if you sell drugs as a living, eventually you're going to need your lawyer. Eventually you're going to catch a case. Murder's going to come up. You know, laws, crimes can be charged against you. But that's good money. That's good money, man. Bootlegging liquor. That made a lot of legitimate businessmen. Old white boys right now, they was criminals during Prohibition and all that shit. I mean, it's America. America was founded on some, get it while they're getting this good shit. Get your money, man. So, I just feel like now you have a chance. Some people, we lost the crack epidemic, but there's still ways where you always end up with all this cash in your hand.
What up, this big boy from Outkast right here, representing one time from the ghetto streets to the executive suites, my homeboy Pimp and Ken. And today we talking about entrepreneurship, you know what I'm saying? So really, all I gotta tell y'all out there is, really man, it's good the enterprise and not put all your eggs in one basket. You've probably been taught that already. But at the same time, you gotta monopolize and just make things work for yourself. One thing that I was taught was, to build a brand. Like whatever company name you're gonna have or come up with that's gonna represent you. You know what I'm saying? You got to build that and put that in people's heads. But at the same time, you got to have the quality behind that name. You know what I'm saying? We got Outkast clothing, Stankonia Studios, Equipment Records. I came out the streets basically, man. I just had determination, man. I mean, I moved back and forth to Atlanta and back.